Today I'm going to show you how to make veal osso buco with fresh gremolata. Alright, I've got 6 big veal shanks here. I'm going to season these up with salt and pepper really nicely on both sides. Next to the shanks I've got a little flouring station, and this is just all-purpose flour, and I seasoned it with a little salt and pepper just to make sure every element of the dish has a little bit of seasoning. Once those are seasoned up nicely, start to flour them. This flour is going to help brown these up. It's also going to help thicken the sauce at the end. I've also got these tied up with a little butcher's twine, as you can see. Just really simple around the middle. No fancy butcher's knot or anything like that. Just tie it up. As these cook and get really soft, we want to make sure that they stay together. It's also important to knock any excess flour off of these. We don't want a ton of flour caking things up, just a nice, gentle dusting. Alright, once those are good to go, we're going to move to the stove and start browning these off. I've had my pan here on medium-high heat for a couple minutes coming up to temp, and now I'm just hitting it with some olive oil. Once that olive oil comes up to temp, I'm going to start placing these in and start the browning process. We've done this in a lot of videos, kind of expanded on it, so I'm going to fast forward it at one point, but the key here is to really take your time and get some color. The browning and the color on these is really what's going to add flavor as the dish cooks. It's a long cook, long braise, so we want to make sure we take the time to brown these off really nicely. Once those are done, put a little fresh oil in the pan. I'm going in with the vegetables now. I'm using carrots, celery, onions, and garlic. I'm going to get these in the pan, start softening them up. It's important to continue to season as you put new stuff in, so this layer is going to get salt and pepper just like everything else. And we're really going to get these going a bit. Not really looking for color here. Just trying to soften them up, get everything kind of working together at this point. Once those have had a little bit of time to go, I'm going to add some wine here to get some of these brown bits off the bottom of the pan. Just a ton of flavor there. It's the fond, I think is the technical term for it. We want to scrape that off. I like using a flat wooden spoon here. Really scrape that off the bottom of the pan. That's better than any bouillon cube you're going to get. Also tossed in a little wrapped up bunch of rosemary, thyme, and bay leaf. And I'm going in with a can of crushed tomatoes now. This is really going to give some body to the sauce. These tomatoes, along with the flour that we used while browning the meat, is really going to cause us to thicken up. Almost to like a gravy type consistency, which is what we're going to be looking for. So once the tomatoes are in, give them another hit with salt and pepper. Keep that stuff moving. And then let's get those shanks back in the pan. Make sure each of them has some room to work. This is a low and slow process, so we want to give them some time here. Now I'm going in with a couple big ladles of chicken stock. You don't really want to cover these. Cover them about 2/3 of the way with liquid, and then cover it with a lid, and we're going to let this simmer about 3 hours based on every 30 minutes. While that's going, it's going to give us plenty of time to start working on our gremolata. So the gremolata is going to bring some freshness and some acidity to the dish. It's really going to balance. We've got a really rich, hearty savory meal with the Veal Osso Buco, and this Gremolata is really going to give it a little freshness and some pop. So I'm starting with a couple big handfuls here of parsley. Just going to dice this up real fine. Don't want it to be super fine and like powdery. I just want it to still have a little bit of substance, but I do want to get through it a couple times with the knife. Now I got 3 smaller cloves of garlic. Gonna dice these up pretty nice as well. This is about as simple as it gets. Once those are diced, toss them in the pile with that parsley. Next I'm gonna hit it with a little fresh olive oil just to kind of pull everything together. I'm gonna finish it with a nice couple squeezes of lemon as well. Probably put some zest in here too, which would be really nice. And then just mix it up. Super rustic, super simple. This is really going to elevate the dish. Good on pot roast, anything you make that's braised. If you need to balance it out with a little freshness and acidity, this is a go-to. Okay, time to plate it up. I made a simple risotto here to go with this. Polenta or mashed potatoes would also be great. Anything that's going to soak up that sauce. So a couple spoonfuls of that. Serve each of these osso bucos on their own if you can. Hit it with some of that sauce. Throw the Gremolata on top and enjoy. This one's special. It's a crowd pleaser. Great for special occasions. Give this one a shot. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're posting new videos every week, showing you guys how to put some good homemade food on the table for your families.